Use this hand up. My gavel right next to the microphone.
If I have access to this, so if you get out of order, yeah, there you go.
Keep me in line.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we gonna listen for items for, no, section?
He's gonna take care of that.
Okay. You'll explain all that? Okay.
So it's vegan.
The Brooklyn
Yeah.
is the thing buyers.
I'll send you that at the seat.
Oh, really?
Just so you have it.
Oh, I don't know, but that price is not surprising.
385,
The other one.
but he's gonna lease.
Yeah, I'm
he's gonna
following
lease
orders.
the-
Don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, 385. Steep,
Good location.
good location, and I guess it's not bad. Have you been inside lately?
Well, I know it's inside. Yeah,
It should be nice.
I'm just wondering about the apartments, like I said.
I think there's two.
Now I'm
Okay,
looking at
that's
this
what
all
my
the
boss
time.
said, there's two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's April 2nd, Sawyer Creek, West Charge mapping. They already took it.
Since I've been off the city plan commission this year, I feel like I don't know anything that's going on anymore.
Isn't it? I can understand that because a lot of that stuff comes down, of course, after it's, yeah, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, they. How long were your meetings? Sometimes.
Sometimes long. We had some members that were long-winded. Biggest thing that was trying to keep everybody on point. So wandering into the weeds. Be asking maybe asking SIP questions, so no. As we all patiently watch for the do we go by this clock or do we go by? This just went to 6:30, so. Good evening. My name is John Hins. I'm the chairman of the Planning and Zoning Committee. I represent District 21, which consists of the south side of the city of Oshkosh along Lake Winnebago. In a moment, I will ask the members of the committee to introduce themselves, and I will also ask the staff to introduce themselves and explain the appeals procedure. The hearing process is as follows. Please turn off or silence your mobile phones. All testimony is given for the record. Please come forward when recognized and you will be sworn in by the stenographer. When talking, please speak clearly so that all in attendance can hear what you have to say. When you are giving your testimony, please state that you are for or against the item that you are testifying about. The committee doesn't want conversations between members of the audience. If you feel the need to have a conversation with other individuals, we would ask that you please leave the room. If you have questions of a particular speaker, please come forward and ask your questions of the committee and we will try to find the answers for you. The committee will make its decision on Friday, May 6th at 7:30 a.m. third floor conference room here at 112 Otter Street. As with all county meetings, it is an open meeting. However, no additional testimony will be given at that time. This is your one and only opportunity to present testimony for the record. The deliberative meeting is held on the third floor conference room of the City Administration Building on Otter Street. Meeting time is 7:30 a.m. And now for introductions.
I'm Mary Beth Gabbert, and I represent District 12, which is a portion of the town of Oshkosh and a portion of the city of Oshkosh.
I'm Tom Egan. I represent District 33, which consists of the town of Rushford, town of UPS, I gotta remember them all now. Part of the town of Huygen, all of Huygen, part of the town of Utica, and part of the town of Armorough.
I'm Howard Miller. I represent District 36, which is the towns of Wolf River, Winchester, and the western part of Clayton.
I'm Shauna Zester. I represent Black Wolf, Nakaima, and a portion of Utica.
I am Brian O'Rourke from the Planning and Zoning Department. The appeal procedure is as follows. Any appeal to a code amendment, zoning or text. 1, anyone wishing to protest the zoning map amendment needs to do so at least 24 hours prior to the item being considered by the county board. Contact the zoning office during normal working hours and staff will assist with this procedure. 2, an aggrieved person may appeal a final decision relative to a code amendment, either text or map amendment, by filing an appeal with a court of competent jurisdiction within 30 days of the final decision for conditional use permit. 1, an aggrieved person may file an appeal claiming the required procedural requirements were not followed relative to a conditional use with the Board of Adjustment prior to the issuance of a final decision or within 30 days of issuance of a final decision. Contact the zoning office during normal working hours and staff will assist with this procedure. 2, an aggrieved person with their own legal counsel may appeal the final decision relative to a conditional use to a court of competent jurisdiction within 30 days of the final decision.
Mr. Chairman, being that there's no stenographer here tonight, usually the staff goes ahead and gives,
It's usually the chair.
always has been staff. Always has
That
been
swears
staff.
in?
That always,
I don't believe I have
Yes.
that authority.
always has been.
Okay,
Am I not right, Mary Beth?
Yeah.
okay,
I'm just, that's the way it
That's
has been
fine.
as long as I've been doing it, but I,
that's fine. No, that's
the
fine.
chairman can do whatever he'd like.
Any recommendations from people who've been here before?
I see staff.
As long as they're sworn in.
Right.
That's fine.
Just so it's for the record,
Right.
that's all. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Please, Vice Chair.
Okay. Item number 1. Application number 2022-CU-6000. Property owner Paul Lippold, agent none, tax parcel 004-0906 and 004-0907. Location of premises 6441 South US Highway 45. Legal description, being a part of lots 1 and 2 of block B of the plat of Decorah, located in the southeast quarter of the northwest quarter, section 28, township 17 north, range 17 east, town of Black Wolf, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Code reference, chapter 23, division 3, section 23.8-41, exhibit 8-1, section 705. Description of proposed use. Applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to operate a vehicle sales and repair shop.
Mr. Chairman, you would allow me to provide a quick background on this item for the new members. When this item got to the public hearing for this committee, there were a number of neighbors in the area that showed up who didn't know about the town meeting, so they didn't have a chance to testify at the town level. The zoning administrator recommended adjourning this and sending it back to the town. which he did, and this committee did. The town then decided to start from square one and go through the whole public hearing process again so that these individuals could testify at the town level. That meeting is scheduled, but it has not taken place yet. So the owner has requested a 30-day adjournment, so that way the town has a chance to have their public hearing, and then assuming they do that, then at your May public hearing, this should be back on the agenda. So, you want to open it up for any testimony?
Is there anybody here who wants to speak on this item? Do I have to ask 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to-
Is there anyone here who would like to speak to this item? Is there anyone here who would like to speak to this item? Seeing,
So there's a recommendation from, or a request from the owner to adjourn 30 days to a public hearing. We would need a motion to that effect, a second, and then a vote.
Also move.
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Oh, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll see that one in 30 days then,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Yep. Okay. Okay, item number 2. Okay. Second addendum to Willow Lane condominium. Let's see a cheat sheet.
Let's see.
Maybe that needed that.
So, anyway,
So what you have in front of you is a proposed 4-lot subdivision on an existing planned development district. They received the PDD, I don't remember the exact date, but it was last year. So at that time, the PDD approved for 3 building sites. 2 for the existing houses that we saw at the viewing, and then 1 future house, which would have been a unit C. So that one is not there, but when the PDD was approved, that building was approved. At the time of the PDD, it was done as a condominium, which meant they just owned the structure, none of the land. Now they want to have land included with these buildings, so that is the reason for the subdivision. That 4th lot will be owned by the current owner. And it would be in any condominium declaration as to whether one of the other 3 owners has any access to that, so. And the reason for the PDD is because Willow Lane is a private road, and you can't develop lots on a private road and meet the road right-of-way requirement. So that's why we have the planned development district, is to allow for development in these unique situations.
so who brought this forward?
The owner, I believe his last name is Stern.
Okay.
As per,
Open up
is there
the-
anybody-
I'm sorry, get a question?
What is PDD?
Planned development district. And what that is it's a section in our zoning ordinance that allows for development in these situations, because if we didn't have that, you couldn't do any lot splits on a private road. So that's why it's there, to use as a tool for these unique situations.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak on this item? Come forward, sir.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Please state your name and address, please.
David A. Stern, 9251 Willow Lane.
And we need 4 or against before he starts.
No.
Or just-
You can just,
okay.
if you want to explain anything else.
I really don't have a lot to say. I was here more that there was objections because it pretty much explains itself what we want to do.
Mhm.
We did go through with a variance,
Right, for the
Months
unit
ago.
C, right.
yeah, because of the Navajo stream that got put in
Setback,
there.
Yep.
And this is just another formality
Right.
to reshape that lot to make it more buildable.
Right. Yep.
It's formality.
I did receive 1 phone call, but they were just asking if there were gonna be additional building sites, and I said, no. I forget the gentleman's name, but
Yeah, never was the intention, never is. you
And
know,
we didn't have
3
any-
at this fall.
we didn't have any other phone calls on it either, so.
Okay, so it's, I think we're selling it's fine.
Well, seeing as we have the property owner here, do we have any questions from
Sure.
Shannon?
It looks good. I just was curious about when you had it passed by the township. As far as getting emergency vehicles back there, any concerns or?
No, we do have, right up to the edge there, all three lots, there's that large cul-de-sac.
Okay,
So they have turned around and we've had it back there. There was a fire incident back in the neighborhood, so we've had them. Never heard of any complaints, so I don't think that's an issue.
And the town was involved when the PDD was done, so they had a kick at the cat at that time too, as far as the emergency vehicles goes, if they had any concerns.
yes, that's right. Okay, yes. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? For the petition? Okay, thank you very much.
Second,
Okay. I would-
unless there's any other questions.
We have any other questions, discussion? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Pretty painless for your first one.
Yes, very painless for my first one. That simple.
Just make sure it's not about that fight. Okay.
Is that the next?
Absolutely fine. I want you guys to get in trouble.
Yes,
Like they always say, they're never making more land on water. And it's, ideas of other people previous to me that may know about water stuff, more lots in there. No, it's just, it's great the way it is.
definitely worth the drive to get back there.
Yeah. That's about as far as to the county edge as you can get.
For our first one.
Yeah.
In fact, if you get to the end of H at the county line, it's quicker to go around the other way back through Winnebago.
Yeah, it's a tough.
It's
Yeah, we've been there.
It's definitely a secluded area.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
We live there permanently. I just love it.
Can't blame you. Imagine.
It
so-
was quiet.
And there's water.
Well, it's got woods. Normally the lake shore is just grass and walkway.
And they're starting to use that bay, Norwegian Bay a lot more for boaters. They come in there and they do what they do, anchor and go under more and more every year. It's such a sort of thing. There was some neighbors talking about that. Oh, we have all those people in front there. I heard it was like, it's a beautiful bay that they're out there for hours on the weekend. So,
So they don't have a barge party or anything like that.
yeah, that's just it. We don't need that.
But you don't own the lake,
No,
so,
it still wouldn't, I mean,
and if it's orderly,
if it's earlier than either way, whatever.
then take your boat out and join us.
That would be a fun area to have a jet
We
ski in.
actually- We actually
Yeah.
take our full.
It'd be-
large capacity.
And you could just go fishing off your jet ski. Because it's so calm.
We just go out,
John,
talk to people that know.
Yes.
Now, as the chairman,
It's
we
easy.
have a
It's fun. It's
certified
all safe.
survey
It's
map
all
come
waist
through
deep.
Yes.
with a
Gives
proposed
it a
lot split.
blast.
You're the final signature on that.
It's great.
Okay.
And so usually
Yeah.
we'll bring them to a meeting, so you don't have to go up there.
Mhm.
But we've had occasions where somebody was kind of chomping at the bit. And in those situations, we've got a stamp you can have your name on.
Okay.
If you want, if you're not comfortable with that, that's perfectly fine. And they'll just have to wait. But we use that.
Easy
stamp
way tonight.
Very
Rarely.
few, very rare.
Well, and I would imagine you're not gonna use it without letting me know.
Right.
And that's-
There'd be need of- but, you know,
Yeah.
Since you're the last signature, it's already done.
Town, if it
The
has to go through a
town, the
town.
city.
Yeah.
Tennessee is great.
So-
And the
No,
treasurer-
anything that would, honestly, if we can expedite the process, that's only benefiting the people who are trying to get things finished.
You want to hold off for a while, just, completely up to you. I just want to let you know that you're the last signature on the CS.
The only thing you would miss out on is knowing
Jobs.
What the split is.
what the split is with that, you know, so maybe to begin with, you might.
Mhm.
But I think it's rare that you,
It's rare that there's that type of.
Okay, that's it.
emergency
Yeah.
where there's
But
like a
sometimes they-
pending or something like that.
you know,
That's
we
usually
didn't
where-
get
I
it
know.
through the town, we didn't get that, and then hurry, hurry,
It's
hurry.
usually a few of our sales pending, you kind of sympathize for that, so.
It's a lot more fun. if you-
Anyway, I just wanted to give you a heads up.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I think, I'm gonna take off.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, go back to your nice quiet area of the state.
Yep.
So now,
Great.
what happens is tomorrow morning I write up the staff report. Which will
Thank you
just
very
be for
much.
the subdivision.
Have a good night.
Which
Have a good
will-
night.
In this case, will just be the subdivision because the other one's adjourned.
Mhm.
And then at the deliberative, I read that staff report into the record. You guys discuss it, make a motion one way or the other. So that. that'll
And if
happen.
if you have any letters from the town, would that,
That's on a plat.
we don't
The
need that.
town approving first is always a condition. We
Okay.
will not sign it. We are the absolute last signature.
Okay.
That way we make sure everybody's had their ticket to CAD
Okay,
and they've signed off on it. So you should be getting that email tomorrow, I believe, is the way Eddie does it. I think,
Okay.
But-
And then Friday morning, we're meeting again?
third floor.
next Friday.
Okay,
Oh, are you talking viewing or deliberative?
deliberative.
No, that's next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. At 7:30 AM in our conference room on the third
But
floor.
then there'll be a viewing coming up in there too.
Yeah, I've got a list
Okay.
of stuff to put in my calendar.
It'll be a different day than the hearing.
Yeah,
Good.
this was all
You
because,
need-
this is unusual. Cool.
Ryan, I don't
So-
know if you have to, Mr. Chairman, if he has to put on there, to make sure, I think we're all in agreement, make sure the time, the dates are all right with it, but the rule with the new committees, we gotta have that given in.
We already, we discussed that, after everybody else was off and I went upstairs with everybody. It's gonna be on the next agenda.
Okay, that's what I
Yep,
want.
it's gonna be on next,
Yeah.
it'll be on next Friday's planning meeting.
Yeah.
Because everybody
we-
seemed to be okay that we
Right.
followed what we had for the first kick at the, out
And,
of the gate.
and like I told them, you know, keep in mind that those times are Karen Frederick dependent.
Mhm.
Right.
So we have to factor.
And
that
I
in.
brought that up, that we have to have court.
Right,
Well,
and-
and like I was telling Brennan and the rest of the staff upstairs, the main reason that was passed wasn't to just change everything. It was to make it so that it was accessible to the public. Well, the part where the public can take part is accessible to them already under
Right.
what we do.
Right.
So I said, I didn't think